This is the Epic Podcast, because sometimes fuck it
Just fits.
just fits.
Fuck it. Nuh-uh, that's what they said. Y'all said about me.
Well, you was spilling stuff.
Well, you almost knocked off my phone.
Almost doesn't count.
Almost doesn't count.
Ooh, get into that. Almost made you love me.
Almost made you cry. Welcome back, you motherfuckers.
Didn't I?
Didn't I?
It wore me out on the Moody Mothers when you did that Beyonce song. That actually wore me thin.
Welcome to number 11.
I'm about to
Welcome
share
to number
this.
11.
Hey guys,
Hi, y'all. Hey, what's up?
come on out.
Coming out. We're here. So, I have a splint
Oh wow.
today on my ring finger. I was trying to discipline my dog, and for black people, discipline their dog is to beat them and try to tell them, you know, because he had an accident in the house because it was raining outside, and I don't know where you're gonna have to learn how to use the toilet if you think that's gonna happen. But so I was trying to get him out from under my bed because he likes to be under my bed. So here I am lifting the mattress and, you know, trying to get it out and do things and whatever, trying to get him out. And I jammed my finger, and it is so big and swollen. Like, you don't realize how often you use your ring finger for things. Like, okay, and I'm glad you made that face, Ebony.
Well, I mean, I had to think about when I use my ring finger. I rarely even notice that, like, I have a ring on my finger.
Okay, so
Except
also,
if my husband's watching, I absolutely love my ring.
yes, it's beautiful. It's actually beautiful.
It'd be beautiful if I get an upgrade. When do you use your ring finger, though?
So I didn't think that I did use my ring finger. Because I was like, oh, it's my ring finger. At least it's not my index finger or my fucking thumb or my middle finger. Even though I probably would be okay with my middle finger being swollen, that's an emphasis on the fuck you.
Oh, wow.
So, I was like, oh, it's my ring finger. And even your pinky, you don't want your pinky fucked up either. So I was like, that's like, you know, a dog having 3 legs. They can still get around. Y'all, I use my ring finger for so much shit.
But are you using it because now that you've heard it?
No,
it's
I
like-
don't want to. I don't want to. I think I'm trying to be cognizant of not using the fucking hurt fucking finger. So then I'm like letting my window down, ring finger. Who uses their fucking ring finger?
I think you know that it's wounded, and so you just want to use it extra.
Listen to the sound.
No one uses their ring finger to
No,
let down.
let you hurt your ring finger, and I guarantee
Yeah,
you.
because I'm gonna be more cautious that my ring finger is broken. But
who
like,
is into
who
it?
does like this?
Watch. I guarantee you. And holding your phone while you're texting with
Holding
your
my
thumb,
phone, that makes sense.
you don't realize how much emphasis is on your ring.
Yeah, because the
finger.
3 fingers are cradling your.
So now I have to have a whole new way to approach holding my phone because I just got this splint today, but it's been hurting for like 2 days. And anytime I hit it barely on anything, it's like excruciating pain where it doesn't make any sense. So then I'm like, is it infected or something? I jam my fingers. So
Well, we're not going to the hospital right now.
I can't go to the hospital because
Pour some
I'm not about to
alcohol
get
on it.
that. So I'm like, is it infected? And see, I'm like a hypochondriac where I read WebMD, and then
Now he thinks he has stage 4 cancer.
like I'm telling you, I Googled I was like, finger jammed.
amputation. Oh!
Basically,
You don't need to.
I tried to say, look, I negotiated with myself. Don't type in like the worst fucking scenario of something.
WebMD is the worst. It sends you down a rabbit hole of like, you would be like, scalp itching. It's like need head decapitation.
Right? Oh my God. I was like finger jammed because I was like, I jammed my finger. I know I hit it. Because somebody else was like, maybe it's a hangnail. You bite your nails or blah. I bite my nails to be below a certain thing. I don't bite my nails because I have a nail biting habit.
Then you need to get a nail clipper.
I don't know how to use a nail clipper.
Yes, it's very
I
easy.
guarantee you.
In this day and age,
that's when I cut myself.
With the sanitation practices needing to be in place.
I know Corona's not in my mouth, so
we don't know
bite
that.
I know that.
I'm gonna teach you how to clip your nails because that's nasty.
Please. So eventually the nail salons, I will be comfortable in going back to get manicures. I guarantee you, I'm telling y'all, I do not know how to clip my nails for the life of me.
Well, then get a $10 manicure.
And I have a really good nail clipper that costs a lot, and you know, the good kind that's not supposed to hurt you. I tell you, I almost kill each of my fingers every time, and then it'd be like an obtuse angle. It's never like, I'm like, how do they do that? And they do it so
then let
fast.
your niece clip them.
You know what?
That's what she's made for.
And her focus.
If you got anybody in your house under the age of 25, baby, they're made for anything that you can't do with your old ass.
Is nails. Her focus is nails.
Well, perfect.
She really wants to do nails. I haven't even thought about that.
I want the burgundy finger waves.
Nia, if you're watching, I've found out how
hears
to
you.
pay your room and
home she
board.
lives in.
Hello to your co-host. Hey, Tori. So Tori's one of my friends from high school. She said hi.
Hello.
When I tell you that we were like in a smart gang in high school, like
losers.
No, and that's the funny thing.
Did y'all see what Alex Trebek called that girl? He said, the girl said, Alex said, I heard you were into some interesting type of music I've never heard before. She was like, yeah.
Nerd.
So it's called nerdy hip hop or hip hop nerds. And then he was like, he was looking at her the whole time like, and then she was like, yeah, it's really into it. It's like, we find things that are interesting in us and we just rap about them. He was like, so losers.
So basically losers.
Uncle Alex is sick of y'all.
The funny thing is that
losers.
The nerdy hip hop artists, they came for Alex Trebek. There's like a whole YouTube video.
Of course they did.
Of a response to them.
When you survive stage 4 pancreatic cancer, guess what you don't give? A fuck. I'm sure
you don't walk around.
Do y'all remember that meme back in the day with that white lady with the short pixie cut? And she was like, okay, this is hip hop. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5. See, when you give hip hop, you do 1, 2. I feel like that's nerdy hip hop.
So
that's what I feel like is.
I watched the video
of nerdy hip hop.
Of nerdy hip hop because I had to see what the fuck nerdy hip hop is. Okay. I love hip hop. Let's see what this is because I mean,
what are they rapping about? Obtruse triangles?
Losers. He was correct. It was losers.
6 times 3.
And their comeback to him was a bunch of losers.
He knew it. Uncle Alex knew it.
So
I need to pull it up so I can read the comments.
So it's terrible. And
it's terrible. It's trash.
Okay, but there was one girl that was on there. She was black, and I was like, "Yo, like you rap like." She actually sounded like Foxy Brown, if Foxy Brown graduated high school and college, magna cum laude.
But rapping about math.
She was rapping about that.
Oh wow!
But you know what? To be honest, if y'all learn how to rap and taught me calculus all over again, I would probably learn.
There's several teachers that have been doing that. They've been incorporating hip hop culture.
I'm gonna learn it
into current culture so these children can be adapted. Let's get into our week. How was your week?
So my week is my fingers fucked up.
Oh wow!
And now I have a splint on it because I was trying to discipline my dog.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to just walk around with a splint on. Good thing I'm quarantined, so it really doesn't matter. Where ultimately I am, you know, it really doesn't matter what's going on because really, no one's gonna see it. So,
is that all your week was?
So my last week was nothing. We were in the fucking house again. So I'm not for certain what you people want from week to week.
What do you want from me?
Being sheltered in place, but there is no week to week.
I actually had a really good week.
Really?
I did. You know, this quarantine, as crazy as it is, and as much as we joke about being in the house all the time, bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored, I have really become, like, there's been so many blessings that have fallen into me and my family's lap. Like, people have just randomly sent me money.
Wow.
And people have really sold into my family, so I've appreciated it's been family members and very good friends. But
oh wow, family members and friends, if you can hear my voice, you can randomly send me money
well,
too.
I am technically unemployed.
Okay.
But I will say it has really sparked some interesting conversation between my husband and I, where we have tapped into a new kind of dimension. We're about to be, May 2nd actually is our 6th wedding anniversary, but we will be married 7 years this year.
Oh wow.
So this is our lucky number 7. So
lucky
it actually has
7.
like, it's like a game board. It's unlock another door of us being stuck in the house a lot this year. But yeah, I've had nothing specifically like outrageous, but I've had a pretty good week this week. A pretty good week this week. So I've caught up on more TV than I've ever caught up on in my life.
Oh my God. Like, I'm telling you that I've never known that I needed to have this much TV in my life. And so this is my concern. The concern is that I don't think that I'm going to be able to go back to how life was before.
Well, no one is. I think this is teaching us that the things that we thought we needed, we don't need. Mm-hmm. Like corporations, I think, are discovering that we don't need a physical place to house a business. Like, I think a lot of people who I know who work in corporate America have discovered that, okay, we don't need this XYZ $1 million or $1,000 or whatever rent per month or $1 million building to have the same type of business. So I think corporations have discovered that. I think us as humans have discovered our necessities, like our true necessities.
Okay.
Not what we feel like is a necessity, like our true necessities. So I think honestly it's been like an enlightening period of like, okay, here's what we actually need to survive, and here's what we've just been bullshitting on. Like, we don't need to get our nails done every 2 weeks. Like, really do
you
that.
Don't.
Pick a
I do. Clearly.
No, but seriously, no. I think it's really dwindled down into the necessities. And I'll be honest, like, you know, if you have lost your job and you're wondering where to go, it's really opened your eyes into falling into some different avenues, like become a content creator or work for someone who is a content creator, because that's where the money is. Everybody's staying at home. The way that artistry is going to be relayed now is going to be because I'm not gonna lie, I would pay for some. Beyonce comes over to concert. She definitely has my tax refund. Mm-hmm. It's fine. But I think it's going to change the difference in how we listen and get art. Like, artists are going to be able to do like Erykah Badu did the online concert thing. She has a streaming service, by the way.
I loved it.
Erykah Badu has actually bought a streaming service. So does Teddy Riley. Okay. But it has really enlightened us on the way that we give and receive art. I would say this about Teddy Riley. I'm not taking nothing away from Teddy, ready with the 1-2 checker, because Teddy is one of the greatest of all times. How's and ever, Teddy be very uncleish to me sometimes, but that's fine. No, but it's really transformed the way that we have received and how we are giving out artistry, how we're giving out necessities, how we are living, period. Like, we don't need all the things that we thought we needed. Now, it'll be great when we go back to some normalcies and we're able to do certain things, but we don't need the things that we need. And honestly, I think it's really helped us hone in on our family life. Like, a lot of us, I'll be honest, before this, me and my husband were just kind of two ships passing the night, and we would, find the time for each other. This is the time where we've been able to have time for each other, talk, do those late night talks, and do those things that we did when we first were together, and hone in on what our children are up to and help our children like develop and be there every single moment of the development. Yes, it's getting on my nerves, Lord. I need a break, Lord. But, you know, it's been a refreshing situation where we've been able to really be there and be able to just be human again and just be, you know, minimalistic again and just really hone in on what's important, because some of this stuff that we thought was so important before this, I mean, it absolutely means nothing now. Like, half the shit that we thought was important, it seems so ridiculous and minuscule now. It's beyond. So I'm not glad the reason why we've been quarantined, trust and believe, because it's scary as shit. But I kind of am finding the gratefulness in this quarantine. Hey, Dad.
Me as well. Like, I can't honestly, I have found such solitude. Like, I've been in the opposite direction. I really I haven't been so social. I haven't been on the phone. I've really ultimately took this time to be with myself and
love yourself
and just love myself. And because we've been in the house,
you've been in your bag lately. I have say that,
and I have just saw that. You know what else? I mean, we don't got nothing to talk about for number one, because then we ain't doing shit. So when I go out, I always got a story, because it's always some bullshit happening. But since I have been in here, it's just like I don't have anything to talk about. So of course, I'm just gonna be with myself. I've just really appreciated like what's really good. And I told somebody earlier today, they was like, "How have you been?" I was like, you know what? I was like, I feel like I've been living in the 90s again. Like,
it feels like our childhood almost.
We went back to it like a simpler time.
Clearly we have internet, a better usage of internet, because this is still Al Gore's internet. It's just very much translated. But right. I feel like we have went back to a time where it's more simple.
I feel like I was in the 90s.
And it's like, first of all,
except for the music.
Except for the Zooms.
And the Zooms. And the Zoom parties. And the zoom, and the zoom, and the zoom.
I understand and appreciate the efforts that we are creating to still connect. The Zooms are wearing me thin.
If I don't have to zoom, the only thing I want to zoom
is my boom boom
in my car or in my boom boom. Just shake your rock.
I'm done with the Zooms.
I can't. I'm tired of it.
I appreciate the Zooms, and I'm still going to go into the Zooms, because I'll be honest, I've gotten a lot of great information from Zooms. I got a lot of fun from Zooms. But y'all, God dog, I ain't seen some of y'all in a month of Sundays, and y'all want to Zoom with me? Girl, my kids ain't sleep yet.
I can't Zoom right now. And then I was supposed to make it to this Zoom club, and then I don't know what happened. I probably started watching something. But then it was like, then it's all these stipulations. Oh, it's like a 50 people max.
Because we ain't paying for the escalated Zoom.
And all of that stuff. And I was like, so wait, it's a line to get in the club Zoom?
Yes.
No, I don't wait in lines to get into the club.
It's also a line to get into the club Zooms. But
I don't. I'm good with that.
Overall, I hope that everybody has taken this time. You know, I really despise the meme out there that says, like, the two memes actually that talk about how productive you're supposed to be during this time.
To be productive.
Also, I don't like the meme that says, like, if ain't nobody checked on you, then they don't love you. No, they just handling their own shit.
But not even that. I haven't checked on you, and you haven't checked on me, clearly.
You haven't checked on me.
It's because ain't shit to check on.
It's because we're in a pandemic.
We're not doing anything.
And I have to deal with my own family.
And we're going to swap negative stories. Like, I'm going to tell you how terrible I'm doing right now. How crazy I'm going in the house. How I took a pay cut. How this... Like,
for what?
Baby, I don't like to... You know what? I don't like to swap.
If you're in need of help, then reach out. I don't have to reach out to you. You can reach out.
Let's go. And you know I'm here for you.
And all my true blues know, if you need me, call me.
But you know what I don't like?
That's it.
I don't like a bitch that always got something terrible going on. Every motherfucking time I talk to you.
I think I've almost X'd out all those people in my life who always have something terrible going on. I think I've grown past that.
It's like, why you gotta share your terrible? Do you think that because I don't share my terrible with you that I don't have anything terrible going on? Or do I think, who the fuck wants to share in my terrible? When I get to
misery, it's been a historical fact that misery absolutely invites company over once a week.
Company, man. Because it's like, company. Come on. It's like, I don't really want to tell you about my terrible because I know you have terrible. Now, if it gets to a point where I need some support because it's so fucking terrible,
then that's a thing.
That's a difference. I'm not saying speak out because a lot of people go through depression or go through these bouts, PTSD, postpartum, all of these things and feel like I don't want to tell anybody about it because I don't want to burden anybody with my troubles. But there's also a difference with burdening someone with your troubles and finding something to be burdened to.
Well, there is a lot of people that unfortunately have lost so much or have been a loser so many times.
A loser.
That when they start winning, they don't know how to handle it. And I feel like...
Ooh, that's the word. We need some sound bites. We're going to try to find some sound bites. No,
seriously, there are certain people in our... who you know, everybody knows one person that has had so many downfalls in their life that when they have it going good, they don't even know how to handle it. And so they don't know how to speak out the good. Like they only know how to exude the bad. And that's a flaw. That's a personality flaw. And I'll be honest, in certain communities, that's just how it has been. Amen?
Amen. And she says certain communities because we don't want to leave out the communities who feel that we're talking about it, but we're talking about a certain community.
I mean, listen.
You have you seen that lady on TikTok, Tabitha Brown? Is her name Tabitha Brown?
Yes, because that's my business. No, I love, that's Drew laughing in the background. So first of all.
And we do have a studio audience today, so if you guys heard a studio audience in the background
they're in here frying pork chops.
And bacon mac and cheese.
Like when we bored in the house and we in the house bored.
Bored in the house.
No, I love Tabitha Brown. First of all.
So you've seen her.
I fathomed my hair today as Tabitha Brown because I'm in between Moesha braids. But what I loved about Tabitha Brown, not because she's vegan, because I'm not a vegan, but I do get some inspiration from her. But she's just a positive light. And I feel like people online right now, the best thing that you can do is be transparent.
Yeah.
Like, I've been loving that we've been seeing transparency, not just with celebrities, but just like certain friends that I know kind of create content. Be transparent.
Because people love transparency. So there was an era where we used to love things that we would never in life be able to have. We used to love things that we could never touch, never be attainable, never do this. Nowadays, we are somehow and seemingly attached more so to realness.
We are. We like people to look like us, and we like people to feel like us. Like it warms our soul when we see Alicia Keys and Swiss Beats trying to pop off her nails, or Jada Pinkett having her sister pop off her nails. Because guess what? Right now we doing in the house, having our husbands or doing it ourselves, popping off our nails. We love that beat. You know, that's why MTV Cribs and stuff was popular back in the early 2000s, because we love seeing people's riches. Now we love seeing people's normalities.
Can I just say that if I am the only person in America who feels this way, I am okay. I don't want to see that shit in my celebrities.
The normalty?
I don't want to see that.
Well, we're polar opposites in that.
I don't want to see that.
Beyonce, if you're listening,
Beyonce,
are you struggling like me?
Listen, Beyonce.
Is your corner a 4C and a 2-3B?
If you are listening, that may be normal, but I don't give a fuck about that because I get a fade. So, what I don't like is to be normal. Don't be in anything and you are in the 1%. Don't be like me. Don't be like me.
I know Auntie Oprah's in timeout a little bit, but I've even loved seeing Auntie Oprah get drunk. Have y'all seen Auntie Oprah?
Y'all can get drunk. I'm okay with that.
No, but she's been getting like in the house.
Get drunk on something that I can't buy. Don't get drunk on Tito's and Simply raspberry lemonade.
But they're just like, I think what I love
Don't do that. Don't come at me talking about I'm a celebrity and I make millions and millions and millions of dollars because of me, and I'm just like you.
No,
you're never getting another dollar. You're just like me. You need to be drinking gold.
They haven't always been like that.
Drink gold.
No, they haven't always been like this. First of all, a lot of celebrities weren't born into celebrityism.
Maybe you're not.
So a lot of us. I'm like, I'm a celebrity.
I'm a celebrity in my mind.
Okay. A lot of them were just like us, and simply. Let me give you an example. I follow Lil Nas X because I love him.
I love him.
Funny. Just a couple years ago, he was
ordering a pizza giant pizza.
Yeah, so
in his regular cheap fucking
everybody
clothes.
Wasn't just rich like all their life. Some people just got money. And you know what? I haven't got a large sum of money to know this yet, but I feel like if you run up on a large sum of money, I think that you wouldn't know how to switch from not being normal to being normal.
I know it.
The dogs are gonna bark.
Oh wow.
This is episode 11. At this point, the dogs are part of the show.
Wow.
But what I'm saying is, I don't think you know how to switch from being like not normal to a celebrity.
Hopefully we can edit this part out on the
probably not. They're part of the show at this point,
but not on the live. So I'm just gonna put a little space in between here, and then wow, we got a sponsor.
I'm bored in the house, and I'm in the house bored.
We got a sponsor from Dallas, Texas.
I'm a tequila girl. If somebody
He
gets
brought
tequila.
us this, and if you're not gonna send us any coin to be live here, we're not gonna tell you what it is. But we're okay, and y'all know what's about to happen.
Anybody who loves me knows me to know that I am a tequila girl.
She's a tequila girl.
But anyway, I love that some people aren't letting the money change them completely. No,
okay, listen, but wait.
Why would I all of a sudden be ridiculous?
Let's use Lil Nas X as a focal point, right?
They're not paying us.
The focal point of Lil Nas X. So let's take his example of when before Old Town Road came out, right? Mm-hmm. So before Old Town Road, you know, he said, I just dropped Old Town Road. He was eating Papa John's pizza in his Atlanta clothes, which is from Little 5 Points or 5 Points. So
is 5 Points a thing?
5 Points is still a thing for some people's clothes, and you can tell because they have a different tailor. But so then.
Let me get a little bit.
Yes. Then we have him flash forward. Oh wow.
Wow.
So let me tell you something.
Forward.
Hold on. It's not because I've been drinking. Let's just say that on the podcast.
Oh, it's fine.
It's because I really can't say like something like FF
alliteration
or BB.
It's alliteration.
And I definitely have a problem with doing BL and another BL.
Like what? Butt lift?
Like, I want to say it slow so I can do it right. Like blue bonnet. If I say that really fast,
it's going to be messed up.
It's both BL.
Okay.
It's going to be a blue bonnet.
Oh, it's that Texas.
And it's that. And I guess, and you know, that's our state flower. It's the drunk.
Anyway. Fast forward to a year.
And beating Mariah Carey's fucking
She congratulated him. She's fine.
That's because Mariah Carey is a consummate professional.
And of course. And it's enough room for everybody.
It is. Congratulations. We're good. So, after that, when he redid his video, he was eating Papa John's pizza.
And drinking like Christmas.
And listen, I will still be eating not Papa John's Republican GOP fucking pizza.
Drunk ass Papa pizza.
But I will be eating DiGiorno's. It's not delivered.
I'll be eating Marco's.
Oh, I love Marco's.
Woo! Marco's.
I love Marco's. And Fellini's.
Fellini's, yes.
I love
right
Fellini's.
now it's Marco's because they deliver.
No, Fellini's, however, you can go pick it up, but they're going to separate you by 12 feet and they're going to slide like the pizza across like a long foot.
I don't have time for the Secret Society pizza.
I want that. So, but he was like in a fur with like $100,000 worth of diamonds in his mouth.
He was making a play on it.
But my thing is that that's the difference. I'm not gonna have $100,000 in my mouth just because we're eating the same fucking pizza. Doesn't mean that we're eating the same fucking pizza
But
with
here's
the
the thing,
same
Tony.
tea.
We already know that. We already know that they're rich.
Be rich.
But we already know that. It's not a secret that they're rich.
Don't be me.
It's not a
Almost
secret
into
that
six
you're
figures.
rich.
Almost into six
It's
figures.
not a secret
I'm not
that you're
poor.
rich, but it is a secret that you like
Being
Flamin' Hot Cheetos.
Bitch, and that's all right. But have Flamin' Hot Cheetos glittered in 24 karat edible gold.
I like when you're able to.
Don't do that.
You don't have to showcase your money.
Right. Don't be on Instagram because rest in peace, Pop Smoke. Don't be on Instagram and you got your stacks of money to your ears. But my Cheetos have edible 24 karat gold sprinkles in them because it makes it better. I'm not gonna be you.
No.
Why? Why would I be you? So let's get started with the show.
Let's get into
The show's over and we're gonna start it.
we actually went way off the show. Look, we got a lot of time to talk about a lot of things. Okay, we're gonna get into these topics. What's the first one on the docket?
Speaking
Thank
of,
you. Our stage that takes care of us.
Thank you so much. You want to say hi to the live? All right.
Because that's his business.
This is business. Okay, cheers and let's get into the docket.
Mama don't take no shots. I sip them. But go on.
So,
this the
we have a couple of things on the docket. Mm-hmm. First of all, we don't like to talk about Voldemort in the White House. But we're going to just discuss the fact that he said disinfectant. And
when he says Voldemort, he means you all's President Donald J. Trump. Here's my problem. And here's a lot of people's problem. I think the responsibility is in your tongue. Okay?
Yes.
Not to get too religious and preaching, but y'all know what the tongue, you know the power of the tongue, right?
That's why I love you.
Thank you. The responsibility is in the tongue. If you were being sarcastic, this ain't the fucking time. We don't have time for sarcasm, baby. We're dying. We don't have time. We have time for seriousness, and we have time for solutions. Those two things. S&S. Seriousness and solutions. So if you are going to grab America's attention by going onto a news station, say things you mean, not things for memes. And that's on period.
And my thing is also, if you're going to say something that is within an expertise that is not yours, shut the fuck up.
Baby, that doctor was mortified.
Shut the fuck up. Did
She
you
was
see
like,
her? Like,
that's not what we discussed.
There was this video that zoomed in on her face.
She was mortified.
While he's talking about, and then maybe
the UV light.
UV. Bringing the light into the body. I know that they can do that. And then, like a disinfectant that's going to cleanse the blood. Shut the fuck up.
And guess what people did? 30 people in New York were reported to have used disinfectant to try to clear this or immune themselves. Because you're not being responsible with your tongue. You're not being responsible with the things you say. And so it
because he doesn't know what the fuck to say.
So then do this. Be the MC. No. Be the MC. Say, listen, I don't know shit about this, but guess what? Hired a couple motherfuckers that do. Introduce her to Dr. Fucci.
But they provide him with what the fuck to say.
And he don't say it.
Because he tries to pretend that he's something called smart.
And it's fine. If you're dumb, live in your truth. It's
Be
fine.
dumb. Some of y'all are dumb.
Some of y'all
are dumb. Some of y'all listening. We love y'all. You guys are dumb.
Boom, bam, bam.
And that don't take nothing away from who you are as a person. It just makes you a dumb person. But you may be the most loving motherfucker who can cook well.
That's not Donald Trump.
But and can do things and might got a lot of money, who can come in a clutch and who can drive well, but you're still stupid.
All I want the standing president to do is to
shut the fuck up until someone else gets in office.
STFU until further notice, which is never.
Like my thing
we didn't ask for your medical opinion because you're not a medical professional. If we need to know how to do a reality show or how to build a hotel, nigga, we'll call you.
But then he shows up.
We don't need to know how to do this other stuff.
Then he only does that because
I used the N-word and I said I wasn't using it. Dang, Donald Trump take me there.
He only does that because he wants to pretend that he threw out an idea that made it work.
No. He said he was being sarcastic, and I'm sure he said that because he realized the backlash of him saying that. However, you have to be responsible in your tongue. I think if this doesn't prove us to anything, is that we need to definitely be careful of the leaders that we're choosing for not only our country, but our states, our cities, our jurisdictions, our aldermen, our councilmen, our senate. Like, this should teach you to be very careful, very specific, research heavily the people that you decide to put in office, because at the end of the day, Donald Trump is a figurehead, but the people who govern your state, the people who govern your cities, the people who govern your counties and your districts are the people who really affect you. And that kind of segues into like the next situation. So Star and I live in Atlanta, Georgia, and most of our listeners, supporters, fans, families do. Some of our families live in Texas and other things, but most of our family and friends and supporters live here. Atlanta is one of the first cities that has closed to now reopen as of today that we're recording on Monday. He has opened up, and I quote, nail salons, barbershops, restaurants, wait for it, bowling alleys.
Movie theaters.
No,
the movie theaters.
Oh, he did, but AMC said no.
AMC said they're gonna be bankrupt after this.
Well, they'll be all right.
No, I was into the $7.
Go to Starlight. Anyway,
I hate driving.
So here's where I get into it. I work for what's considered a non-essential business. I'm in the bridal world. I work for what's considered non-essential. So I'm indifferent. I have two different emotions. I have the emotions of being very scared to open, being very nervous to open, being wanted to be cautious to open, but I also need money to survive, to help support my family. So I get both ends. I am very curious, and I'm being dead serious when I say this. Who asked for the bowling alleys to be open? That seemed personal for Kim. I like to bowl very often, like not very often, but periodically, but who asked for a bowling alley to be open versus, for example, let's see, my dentist office? Like, my dentist office is still closed. My optometrist for my eyes is still closed, but I can go bowl. Like, the shit ain't adding up for me. And I feel like, here in the state of Georgia, I was not surprised that he opened up early. I wasn't surprised that he closed late. But I am surprised that, people around us aren't taking it as seriously and aren't waking up. Like, because he opened up these certain areas doesn't mean we have to take the responsibility to just dive out and go into it. Be responsible. Like, for me, As for me, I probably won't go to a nail salon for a couple weeks. Now, I know you're like, what is a couple of weeks? But for me, it's just peace of mind. I feel like I'm going to let y'all go test the first air, and then I'm going to see how that air does y'all, and then I'm going to go out. But I just feel like Georgia and Atlanta, Georgia wasn't... It's the non-communication for me. It's the fact that your mayors, not just Keisha. Keisha is on the platform because she has the biggest city that she mayors. But the other mayors in this city, in this state, have been on CNN, and the Augusta mayor, the Athens, Georgia mayor. They all been online saying, we didn't know shit. He just said, y'all are open, and here's the problem. Keisha Bottom is getting threats about just open the city, nigger.
People call her nigger, right?
And not even realizing these stupid people aren't realizing once the government governs something, the mayor.
It's already there. Like the bitch, like why are you sitting here talking about open the city? It's open.
It's open. But
she said, I urge, meaning I would prefer if you did not.
If you stay at home for a little while.
But let's just do it.
Like, I'm gonna tell you the truth. So I've been taking my family to parks because we need to get some fresh air or whatever.
But I guarantee you that I've seen you and your family at parks. You are nowhere near anybody.
First of all, I got babies, so I'm very. Before all this happened, don't touch my babies. But I went to Piedmont maybe a week and a half ago, and when I tell you, there was so many people there, and the businesses, and again, I support small businesses. The business over there were serving the to-go meals and the to-go drinks, because Georgia has allowed to-go drinks out of windows and things like that. We were not practicing our social distancing. We were not practicing our 6 feet up. Like, we weren't doing none of the things that they told us to do. So I know now that Governor Kemp has opened up this space to be and do and serve. We're going to be reinfected, and the communities that go to the nail salons and the beauty salons are going to be the first to be reinfected.
Hell yeah. And I'm not going. And see, my thing is that I understand in 2 weeks because you know why? You're
Let
going
it pass 14 days.
Because you're going to look at what? The data. You're going to look at the data. Mm-hmm. We're going to look at the data before I go out. Yeah, I got a haircut. If y'all can see me live, I do have a haircut. However,
I'm hearing your booty hole was going to get licked.
Oh, did you see that video? So, it's on my OnlyFans. So I personally went to my barber's home, and we went out to the balcony to cut my hair, and I got bit by 1,000 mosquitoes to get this haircut.
I got bitten by one mosquito this year, not no wood. I thought they was out because they was like, y'all.
They're out. We just haven't been out. And then
like,
they dying.
Nasty, and
then they're dying because they're like, COVID. We don't have any blood to drink because everybody's in the house. So it's like, I got it. And it's like, we're going to move on. But I wanted to do that before they opened because I'm like, I'm not going to all of those. I'm not going to a barbershop. I'm not going inside. And so this particular haircut is going to last me until June. And that's just what it is because, yeah, I couldn't take it anymore. But at the same time, I don't want to go into those same areas. So,
I mean,
it's just like,
I think you have to use your caution. Like, for example, I virtually quarantined at Tony's house in addition to my own. So luckily,
only because she knows that we don't go anywhere else,
and vice versa. And so luckily, the person that braids my hair lives here. But if that person didn't, I probably wouldn't have I would have my Tabitha Brown for a little bit. But I think, I don't want to judge people if you decide to get your nails done. I don't want to judge people if you decide to think. I am going to judge you if you go to the bowling alley. Period.
Why y'all going bowling?
Absolutely judge you. I'm going to call you a mother sucker. I'm going to call... You're getting judged.
But the only way I'm going bowling is if I'm on a lane and ain't nobody nowhere near and I brought my own bowling ball.
But that's not...
But I don't
unless have... Unless you're Al Bundy, you're not doing that.
I don't have a bowling ball.
I'm not going bowling because it's not that deep.
I loved Al Bundy. I love being with children.
Well, he's racist. But, I'm not judging people for getting their nails done, their hair done, whatever. But I will say, use social media responsibly. I think if you have gotten your nails done in a nail salon or whatever, and you decide to picture it and it doesn't look like it's safe, I probably wouldn't post that picture.
Okay. I probably wouldn't either.
I feel like if you're on your social media platform and you're saying one thing about social distancing and this and that and the third, but then you're getting your nails done and it doesn't look social distancing or safe, I think you're kind of contradicting your message. So I would say to people like, hey, I get it. I'm a woman and I get it. There are certain pieces of our self-care that needs to be handled. Like, I want to wax bad. But I feel like when and if I decide to get a wax within the next couple of weeks or whatever, it's going to be your social media responsibility. Because, I'm not this big influencer, but I do have 1,600 followers on my Instagram or whatever. Right. And it's kind of contradicting to me to be like, well, y'all need a social distance, but I'm getting my coochie wax. Like, it's not... You have to be responsible in the messaging that you put out. So I would say for those people, I'm not going to judge you if you get your hair, your nails, or whatever.
Go do it. I get it.
Because
your mental health.
Because your mental health is important.
It is important. In some people's
But don't brag about, don't rub it in people's faces and don't, well, I'm doing it anyway type situation. I think be very responsible in the messaging that you put out. And encourage safety. Encourage, hey, I'm getting my nails done with my nail technician that is only her and me in this house, because a lot of black girls I know get their nails done by black girls who have their own situation and it's just them, or you get your hair cut by a barber, it's just you, or I get my hair done and it's just us. So just be responsible, I would say. Like, don't be wildin'.
So I will say that since we've been in the house, we've been able to watch a couple of things. So I know we have always talked about, and we've brought up Little Fires Everywhere. If you have not watched Little Fires Everywhere, it's on Hulu. You guys will absolutely enjoy it. I think it is really good for anybody.
I touch on something before we go on Little Fires real quick, because we're on the same message.
What?
And I hope this go viral so Donald Trump can see it.
Okay.
Puerto Rico is part of America. I'm going to say it again. Puerto Rico is part of America.
Yeah.
It is, you are doing yourself a disservice if you think otherwise. You're doing yourself a disservice if you have received your stimulus check, you've received your unemployment, you received your food stamps, and you're neglecting the fact that no Puerto Ricans have received any assistance, and they are united citizens of a fucking America.
That is crazy.
It's ridiculous. I have a heritage of Hispanic. I have Hispanic people in my family, and it's beyond me that we're in a place where Donald Trump thinks it's okay to ostracize a part of America.
Right. And if you weren't going to provide the aid that they should receive, because ultimately they are another state.
The same people who threw paper towels in the crowd.
Paper towels in the crowd. So you already knew that. Anybody's going to throw paper towels in the crowd.
They were already struggling before this. They have had so much bad luck.
Especially since Maria.
Oh my God. They've had so much turmoil. They've had so much bad luck. They've had flooding and all this stuff. And you're telling me that the mayor of Puerto Rico has to go onto CNN and all these platforms and say, listen, we haven't gotten the aid that you guys have gotten.
And then the funny thing, the aid is a push of a fucking button. It's not even like you're... You can process them like you can process
the rest of us.
Like, just press the button. And the thing
it's like they're skipping Puerto Rico when they see the address.
They skip Puerto Rico with Maria, too. Like, it was devastated, like, the most out of everyone. And
I don't know. I'm not gonna pretend I seek to know the answers of how to get this rectified or how to shout it out.
Press the button.
But I implore you, if you see it across your timeline, that you share it. Because believe it or not, people are like, what is a share gonna do? A share does a lot. Believe it or not, you sharing it to your people that follow you does a lot. Yep. Because somebody may be somebody
who may
be somebody who sees it.
Yep.
I implore, if you see these stories of Puerto Rico not getting the assistance that they need, that you share it and that you do whatever you can that you know of to ensure that this is heard, because It's ridiculous. They haven't talked about it on CNN. I tweeted CNN like a motherfucker last night. I was like, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico, Puerto Rico. You would have thought I was Fat fucking Joe.
Oh, that's not Puerto Rico.
No, that's Mexican. You would have thought I was Fat Joe yesterday tweeting CNN like, no. Y'all need to highlight this.
Puerto Rican? I thought it's Dominican.
Whatever he is. Or is J-Lo Dominican? I mean, Puerto Rican.
J-Lo's Puerto Rican.
Okay, you thought I was J-Lo.
Okay.
Because y'all ain't showcasing these stories. Y'all telling us how many people have died.
Are Puerto Rican.
Tell us. He is, I think. Whatever. Y'all tell us how many people have died. Y'all not telling us that Puerto Rico ain't getting its funds. And they're part
of
money. They're part of these Estados United States.
They probably still, to be honest, like Flint with no water.
Woo!
They're still to this day.
What
is this? 3 years? 3 years? 4 years?
Only person that's saving food is Jada Smith.
Let me say 3 or 4 years from when we knew their water was trash.
2015, I believe.
Since we knew their water was trash.
Baby, the only person that cares about Flint is Jada Smith.
Not since their water was trash. Since we knew their water was trash.
Since they started killing people.
Yeah. So, like Flint with water and like Puerto Rico, clearly with the power, they also get no stimulus. So
I'll say this before we get into the TV fun stuff. While y'all out here posting a fan worth of the money you cashed out for the $1,200 and doing TikToks and shit with it, also post when Puerto Rico isn't getting funding or when other people that you know are getting funding are getting funding. Like just be aware. I'm just kidding. She's trying to take images outside of town. No, but be aware and understand that, you know, your blessings are only to be uniquely blessed when you make others aware of who isn't getting blessed. Like, that's for real a word. Now we can get into the fun TV shit, but I had to say that because
that's a word, but is it
I got Hispanic blood in me, and I be getting mad though. Like, give one them they money.
Salsa, a tango.
Okay, now you're being racist. You know what I'm playing about Selena.
So, but to be honest, okay,
wait. Why is everything erased? I'm dead. We're gonna get.
Let's say this. I have to give anyone listening and anyone viewing this little gem because sometimes we have to just give you little gems. Ebony literally just erased.
It's fine. I have it on my. Oh, it's a shared.
All of our topics.
It's fine.
But I remember them.
I remember them too because I have photographic memory.
The next thing was El Chapo.
Was it?
It wasn't. But
the next thing was Little Fires.
Was into the TVs. But then when you said, let's get into the fun stuff, is it really fun?
Little Fires. No, Little Fires is so good.
Y'all.
Y'all. I know Netflix wow. That's on Hulu. Wow.
Netflix makes a lot of things
ruin my sponsorship.
Doesn't make.
I know that Hulu probably won't give us a dime today, but they about to get my endorsement. Hulu did that. Like, Little Fires Everywhere is everything.
Yo, like it touches everything.
Well, I was watching because I love the show.
What doesn't it touch? Let's ask this. Let me ask you this. As you've seen all 8 episodes of Little Fires Everywhere, starring Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon,
and her Save the Last Dance,
and the guy from Dawson's Creek. What does Little Fires Everywhere not cover?
I don't know because I feel
a dog, animals.
A dog?
No one has dogs or animals.
No one does have dogs or
animals. I feel like that's the only fucking thing.
But is that relevant to the story?
Exactly, because it touches every fucking thing.
It touches a lot of things. Well, I was watching a behind the scenes. Okay. Kerry Washington went on her Instagram and she had some of the writers.
Okay.
And one of the writers, so what I love is there's a black writer, a white writer, and an Asian writer.
Really?
Yes.
And it's only
that wasn't the whole writer room, but that was the main writers. So there was a black, white, and Asian, which is the three nationalities that are majorly touched in this show. And what?
Okay.
And what?
What's
one of the
other? Okay.
That's
go
the
ahead.
three majority. Like, I don't know who the other writers are.
I can't believe that there's no Spanish, but that could be season 2.
It doesn't touch us Hispanic mothers, but what they were saying is that this show was the reason why they wrote this show was to showcase the different aspects of motherhood,
which touches every single aspect of life.
I don't think they've gotten to every aspect though, because there's several aspects of motherhood that haven't been necessarily tapped on because there's so many ways you can go.
Hold on, let me say this though. I think that they did low key almost touch every single one because Mia smokes weed, uses drugs. Mm-hmm. She's a single mother. Mm-hmm. She's a single black mother. Mm-hmm. She's a single black mother who seemingly lives in poverty. Mm-hmm. There is another mother who's married. Mm-hmm. Another mother who's married who didn't want a child. Another mother who is married with riches
and can't have a child.
Another mother, hold on. Mother who is with riches and has 4 children, 2 boys. Elena.
She has 4.
Then
she didn't want the 4th.
Then that's the one. Then you do have another mother who is with the riches who can't have a child who happens to be black.
Wait, what?
That's a difference. Because that's what they focused on. They focused on the white woman who couldn't have a child, who was rich, who got the typical Asian baby.
And then they focused on the Asian mother who couldn't take care of a child.
That too.
Immigrant.
But they also haven't really focused on the black mother who is of riches, who can't have a child.
Mia.
That gotta be an episode in season 2.
The child that Mia was supposed... Pearl.
Yes, Pearls.
Because we don't know if they ever had children.
Mia is her mother.
Right, but...
Technically.
But they didn't touch on what happened to her original...
Exactly.
Yes.
Because her original, who paid $12,000 to be a surrogate,
and Mia was a virgin,
have their fucking kid by a virgin, they never came back and touched on the subject because they were so completely and utterly well off. Those 2 black couples, not only did it touch on colorism because the husband was light skinned and the mother was dark skinned, but the mother could not have children, but they were able in the 90s.
Right, because this is a period
That's
piece.
a difference. In the 90s, to pay $12,000, which is a lot, outright, to someone to have a child, and she disappeared. And the laws were different then.
The laws were
different. It's so many different layers to Little Fires Everywhere that, again, I bought the book. I'm not going to tell you what's in the book because you guys really have to listen to and look at Little Fires Everywhere on Hulu. I'm not going to tell you to only get a 7-day trial and try to watch all of them in 7 days and cancel it.
I mean, they're 8 episodes, so it's not that bad.
Just go ahead and do it. It is worth every single moment and minute that you will watch. Hold on. What did you feel about Elena, the white woman, telling Pearl, the black girl, that her mom stole her from surrogate parents and lied and said that she was dead. And for 15 plus years, you've lied about having her. What do you feel like as a black mother, someone telling your child that?
You want to be starting something, got to be starting something. So, there's a lot of layers to this, and it brings out a lot of emotions because, you know, I always say this. There are white women and there are women who happen to be white. And hopefully I know more women who happen to be white than white women. White women tend to have this prone attitude of wanting to be the savior of situations. Okay. And I think Elena has that bad. I think she wants...
She does, from the get-go.
Oh, baby, she got it.
But the funny thing is from the get-go, I'm glad you said the savior, because she did ultimately want to turn into the savior.
No, ultimately, that was her whole shit.
She was a Karen.
She absolutely is a Karen.
She was a Karen.
And
is a Karen because she called the police on somebody who actually was looking for a place that she could afford.
Right. So I think what happens is that white women and not women who happen to be white, again, there is a difference. White women tend to do this savior thing, and then when that doesn't work out, they go to victim.
Super victim.
And I think Elena's problem has been that Mia called her out on it too. Yeah. She didn't live a life that she wanted to live, so she took the blue pill. Right. Instead of the red pill with Jamie and all that stuff.
That you never would have taken the red pill.
Right. Because that wasn't how you were raised.
Because the blue pill is affluent.
That wasn't your trajectory.
Of money.
You weren't supposed to be on this aloof love ride with
wonder how we're going to turn out.
Living in New York and in this upscale, like you
no living in Paris.
That. Well, living in Paris and moving to New York to be at the New York Times. And
how terrible!
That never was your trajectory.
How terrible of a life!
Right, that wasn't your trajectory. So you took the blue pill, the normal pill, the safe pill, and you've been regretting it ever since. And you having all these kids by this lawyer guy that's supposed to be the right guy, the perfect guy, has eaten you up ever since.
Who understood you, the real you.
Or understood the you that you presented to him.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if Bill knows the real her more so than
Bill doesn't necessarily know the real her.
He knows the her that she presented.
Jamie, I think, knows the real her.
So, and Bill knows about Jamie.
And Bill knows about Jamie. So that's why he saw
Bill
that.
Gonna slap the crack out of her. Bill said, this was my favorite line of this. If you haven't, or if you do watch it, he said, everybody will be held accountable.
Everyone.
And then he pulled out the credit card receipt like, you think I'm crazy.
Don't play with me.
Don't play with me.
And then she was overstepping her boundaries. See, that's also something else that Little Fires Everywhere touched. Overstepping your boundary.
Right.
What's not your business ain't your business.
Ain't your business.
And sometimes the fact that you are sticking to someone else's business overlooks the business that you need to be paying attention to. So, if y'all have not seen Little Fires Everywhere, I suggest that you watch it today. We still didn't give you enough things to let you know.
We haven't spoiled anything.
We haven't spoiled nothing.
You.
Period.
You are able to watch this show and still be intrigued, invoked,
and understanding.
And I would love for you guys to DM or email us and tell us like what you thought of the show so we can revisit it, because baby, them writers
touches everything.
I think it's an all women's writer room, which I
need to research that.
All women's writer room. So, because there was 3 writers who were there with Carrie.
You said so like Tracy Braxton.
So, Tracy used to kill me with that. She's like, so, absolutely, Little Fires Everywhere is the team to watch. I also got a little bit, and I haven't caught up, so I don't want to get too much into it, but I did get into Insecure.
Oh.
And also, so 3 things I would suggest watch: Little Fires,
Yeah.
Insecure, and Last Dance.
What the fuck is Last Dance?
Wow. Last Dance is the documentary of Michael Jordan.
Cheers.
And the 1991 Bulls.
Really?
Good. Star is... I'm dead. It's so good, y'all, because it allows Michael Jordan to not only tell the story of himself, but of his teammates like Scottie Pippen.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
It is so good.
Okay.
Catch up on it. They just released a new episode yesterday. They do it every Sunday.
Okay.
So you got about 4 episodes to catch up on.
Okay.
And then we could discuss it next time.
I can catch up on that by Sunday.
Yes.
So for Monday.
It's very, very good.
Okay.
If you are a basketball fan, even if you're not a basketball fan, it's a great documentary.
Okay.
Insecure, I haven't caught up on the new one, so I'm not even going to discuss it here because I don't want y'all to tell me. But I feel like Insecure is being more well written than it has been in the past. I think they're in that bag this year. I think they're in that bag this year.
I can't wait for you to see the next episode.
I'm probably going to watch it tonight tomorrow. I think they're in that bag this year.
Let me say this, Eb. When you watch it, Insecure, in my opinion, I'm just going to speak for you.
I had to pull up my boobs.
Insecure is going in the direction that I think you and I foresaw and would have hoped for.
Oh, wow. Should we get writing credit?
So, can we just ask, let me just say this. If I say, what do you wish Insecure went towards and would hope for, what do you think? What was one thing? No, don't fucking say depends.
It does depend on the storyline you're referring to.
They're all connected. So, who do you feel is the most important storyline and this season? And I had to throw that in.
That's a tricky question.
I had to throw that in because I wanted to get your unbiased opinion. Wait, listen. Whose do you think this season that you need to focus on, but it has to be mixed with what you hope?
We gotta watch it after this.
What you hope for? Go ahead.
So in my heart of hearts, I would love for Issa and Lawrence to get back together. Okay. In my heart of hearts, I would love. He done broke the table. He done shook the table. In my heart of hearts, I would love for Lawrence and Issa to get back together because I feel like if you have the chance to love, go away, learn, and then come back to love.
I don't know if that's what's happening.
I don't know if that's what's happening, but if... Yes.
But that is what we all hope for.
Yes.
That is what we all hope for.
But absolutely, I don't.
1 glass per episode.
No, but in my heart of hearts, I would love for Issa and Lawrence to be...
We're recording.
Back together. I would love for Issa and Lawrence to be back together, but I feel like they may get there, but it's gonna be
or they could be friends,
or to be. But you know what? I'll be honest, and no shade, no tea, because some of my exes still follow me on Instagram and vice versa on Facebook. I don't necessarily have to be friends with my ex.
Is it your ex that you were together for 5 years that broke up over some technicality shit? Okay. So, what's your ethic for the day?
My ethic for tonight, you guys, help
F Atlanta. Let's just do that.
No. I have decided that I know for a fact that masks are going to be our
That's it.
new thing, right? I work in a bottle store and we have a seamstress, and that seamstress has graciously made us masks, cute little mask, whatever. I wear glasses. Zion, our last guest, touched on this. If anybody knows how to wear these fucking masks,
Zion actually posted a remedy.
Okay, because I'm on struggle mode with these masks. And also, my fucking is a residual fucking. Stop leaving your mask and your gloves in the streets, ho. That's on period.
And that's on period.
We're gonna have global warming.
Y'all, this is not normal. Just because Atlanta opened doesn't mean that we are back to normal. Please do not resume normalcy. That is not where we are.
Don't have a barbecue with 50,000 people.
They've already advised you that in the winter that it probably is going to pick up. So please don't think that it's over. Secondly, now that Atlanta's over, give it 2 weeks. Give it 2 weeks, and then we'll see what's going on.
Fuck it. Let me tell you this. Picture this. Governor Kemp has opened up all these different non-essentials, but guess what's not open? The governor's mansion.
Boom.
For you to take tours.
Let's protest outside that motherfucker together. So, you know this is number 11?
This is, and it's 11-12.
Wow.
So, what I want to say to our listeners is that, listen, we're about to work on a schedule of guests and a schedule of topics. We have so much coming up. We want to not only give you the funny, we want to give you serious stuff. So, we'll have people on here educating you on different things like money and things like that.
Especially now.
That might be the need to be the next episode because they probably got about $600 left.
Okay.
So, we're definitely...
$600.
$40. So we're definitely about to give you guests that give you great tools of education because we love our followers and our listeners, and we don't want you to spend your $1,200 on bullshit. So we want to give you great content. So that's coming up soon. Again, email us, DM us. We've had great feedback and great following on Instagram and Facebook. I'm so excited.
Thank you all. This is just our little rinky-dink podcast shop, and all we want to do is give y'all great content. And get better and better and
better. And
we're going to get better and better and better.
That's all we're going to do.
And that's just period. And we really appreciate you guys. We appreciate
and one day we won't have to talk about the coronavirus.
And one day,
when this podcast is 6 years old,
and one day we're going to do a live and a podcast on location somewhere with white fucking sand.
Period. But we love you guys. Thank you again so much for supporting. And please follow us on Instagram and Facebook and email us as well.
Podcast on Instagram and Facebook.
And f.it podcast experience at gmail.com. Until the next time, we love you.